Freddy Davis here, President of Market Faith Ministries, coming to you once again from the library. Market Faith Ministries provides radical disciple training to help believers become more knowledgeable of and confident in their Christian faith. Recently, a coalition of over 150 evangelical leaders came out with what has been called the Nashville Statement. It's an affirmation of the Christian belief that marriage should be between a man and a woman, that there are two and only two sexes, and that sex outside of heterosexual marriage is sinful. Following that, a group of liberal religious leaders and their followers produced their own statement called Christians United. This document affirmed that there is a wide spectrum of unique sexualities and gender identities, and that it is of God to allow them to express these in their lives. So here we have dueling Christian groups with diametrically opposed points of view on sexuality. They can't both be true, so how can we determine what is right? It's really not as hard as all that. The first thing that must be done is to determine the authority sources for the opposing points of view. With that, we're in a position to evaluate for truth. The authority source for the Nashville Statement is pretty simple to determine. It is the Bible, which clearly and unequivocally teaches that marriage is between one man and one woman, and that sex outside of marriage is sin. The authority source for the Christian United Statement is simply the opinion of those who support it. The theology of its supporters is based on naturalistic philosophy, not on biblical theology. There's nothing in the Bible that supports it. Liberal theology begins with the belief that God's purpose in the world is to promote equality, peace, and justice in this world, which they define using their own personal preferences. They see no spiritual or eternal purpose in God's plan for the world and humanity. So basically what we have is the teaching of the Bible as opposed to the personal preferences of a particular group of theologically liberal religious leaders. The Bible actually has quite a bit of evidence to support the truth of its message. The personal preferences of the theologically liberal leaders, not so much. God has given human beings the ability to choose to reject Him if they wish, but they cannot avoid the consequences of their choices. Market Faith Ministries exists to help Christians understand and express their Christian worldview in the world. Check us out at www.marketfaith.org to see all of the free worldview resources that we have posted there. Also, feel free to talk to us about bringing this unique worldview training opportunity to your church or Christian organization.